everybody, welcome to Missouri Star Live. I hope you're enjoying this Tuesday and the sun is shining like it is here. We are so happy to be here with you, and we have a really fun project, but let's see where you guys are tuning in from.
We've got Sonia from Tennessee.
Awesome.
We've got Tamara from Michigan. Francesca is now on. It doesn't show her location.
Oh, Brenda's from Indiana. Brenda is watching from Indiana. Thank you, Brenda, for tuning in.
Tony from Coweta, Oklahoma.
Oh, Dana from Louisiana and Marianne from Texas. Thank you guys so much for spending a little bit of your week here with us. We really appreciate it, and I hope you guys are doing okay and staying healthy wherever you are and finding ways to find some joy in each day. So let me know in the comments what you're up to keep yourselves feeling normal and happy as much as possible in this kind of tumultuous time. We really appreciate you guys being here, and we just want to make sure that we can provide a little bit of normalcy wherever we can, you know, and just keep you inspired and making things, because for me, creating makes me feel better, and I have had so much fun doing this particular project, and I'm really excited to share it with you. So without further ado, I guess we'll get started. Let's just dive right in, huh? So
what are we going to learn today?
We are going to be making some really cute things using these Rinska Stevens Creative with Cardboard kits. They come in these cute little boxes like this, and they combine fabric with simple cut and paste, like the most straightforward, like perfect project to do with your kids or grandkids or just yourself. I have been having so much fun, and I am so excited to use this beautiful fabric. I'm going to show you all of these fun things I've made, but first let's talk about the fabric. This is called Bloomsbury by Bari J for Art Gallery Fabrics, and I knew I loved it when I saw it online, and I love it even more in person. If you haven't worked with Art Gallery fabrics before, they are a higher thread count than normal quilting cottons and a finer weave, so they just feel so nice. The colors are rich and beautiful. They're another family-owned business, and so I just really love supporting them. And I follow Bari J, who is this designer, on Instagram, and she has just the coolest kind of eclectic bohemian style. So really fun, and this line is gorgeous. And so that's what I'm using. We also have these, they have these really fun Color Master packs, and so you get like different colorways, and they say that you might not always get the same fabrics, but the colorways are always going to be the same. So like there's this kind of green colorway, these cute corally oranges, and then these fun pinks. And I'm just really excited to dive into these as well. I love them, and they just curate them for you, so you have these beautiful prints that work together. So that's really fun. So let me show you here some of these projects that you can make, because they're just so cute. So first up, we have this small sewing box, and you can see here it's got like a little pin cushion in the top. I grab some pins.
And there are some people asking if there will be links, and there are
links. Absolutely. There are links. Oh, my hair's probably all in my microphone. Sorry, guys. There are links in the description. But yeah, you can see all these things that you need. And so when you buy the kits, the other thing you might want to look for is there is a starter kit that has all of the supplies that you're going to need to go along with the fabric that Rinska Stevens has put together as well. And so you're going to want to make sure you grab that, because you will be glad you did. So this is a cute little sewing box. Like I said, it has the pin cushion and places for your spools of thread. And then these are little needle keepers, perfect for throwing in your purse if you do a lot of handwork. They're just adorable. And then this is my personal favorite. This is what she calls a quilt file, and it has a little pressing surface and a place for your travel cutting mat, and it comes with all the stuff you need besides the fabric. So you'll just need the fabric to make this. So stinking cute, like for retreats. You just slide this in your bag and you're ready to go. I love it.
That would be even a neat padfolio.
Right?
To carry around.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and speaking of that, that's what we're actually going to make today. So I've got this cute little, she calls this her large notebook cover. And so this is so great because you're going to make the cover. It comes with your first notebook, but then you can replace it as you run out. And you've got this cute little cover to, you know, suit whatever your heart desires, whatever fabric you love. I'm actually really excited. I think I'm going to make one of these for each of my kids and some of their favorite fabrics for their Easter baskets. So that's on my to-do list.
Great idea.
Yeah. But it was just so much fun. So let me show you how we're going to do this. So with the starter kit, you're going to get this bookbinding glue, some masking tape, 2 of these foam rollers and the handle, the little tray, and a paintbrush. And so this is really what you're going to need. And I have this one already loaded up with some glue. And we are just going to get started. So when you open up your kit, let me move some of this out of the way. Let me see here. This one's still sealed. I thought I opened it. Bear with me. There we go. When you open up your kit, this is being way more difficult. It's a curse of live, you guys. All right, there you go. You're gonna have everything you need inside. Each of her cardboard pieces are laser cut, so they're super precise, and she has them labeled with the piece that it is, so it's not confusing for you at all. And then you're just gonna open up your instructions, and you do wanna follow along pretty closely, and it will tell you what you need as far as fabric requirements. And then, you know, again, with the starter kit supplies, it'll just have all of that covered if you buy that, because that's pretty much what follows after the fabric. And then it tells you where to start. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get our fabric A, which here it says measures 11 1/4 by 18 inches. So I've got this fabric here ready to go, and we're gonna put that right side down, just like so. And then I'm gonna need my A, which are these 2, and my B pieces to start. And so all we're gonna do, and they're the same both sides. I don't know why I just flipped them over, but it doesn't really matter. All we're gonna do is we're just gonna roll some glue onto these.
Some arts and crafts.
It is really some arts and crafts, and I tell you what, you're gonna get a little messy. The glue's a little sticky, but I have been having so much fun.
I tell you what, we want the glue to be sticky.
Well, yes, that's kind of the point. But you don't really need too much. As you can see here, I'm just doing a nice, even, thin layer. And then what you're looking for here is about a 3/4 inch seam allowance, quote unquote. We're not taking any seams. There's no sewing involved. But we're just gonna kind of eyeball this so that we've got about 3/4 to an inch there. And we're just gonna give it a good press. And then we're going to, it recommends in between these pieces here that you have about 1/8 of an inch. So I used my ruler, just my regular quilting ruler, and I just laid it on here. And so I used that as a guide. And then I went ahead and glued this piece, just like so. Like I said, it's gonna get a little messy, but. And you don't.
It's a water-based glue. So
it is, so it cleans up super, super easy. Thanks for pointing that out, Cole. It is really, really simple cleanup. And then I just drop that in just right next to it. And then I'll move this over again for that 1/8 inch. And then we'll glue this one.
Misty, I've got people asking, so when you buy the starter kit,
yes,
how many projects comes kind of on the, do you buy each of those individually?
Yes, so the starter kit is just, if you didn't hear that, Cole was saying what comes in the starter kit. The starter kit is just the glue, the roller, the masking tape. It's really just the construction materials. The actual kits themselves are sold separately. And so that's what's going to include all of the cardboard pieces and things that you need for those individual things. And I would say out of like 1 container of glue that comes in your starter kit, you'll probably get about 3 projects out of that. And then you'll need to stock up on some more glue. But that's a good question. All right, so we're just going to keep rolling this on. And I want you guys to notice that, like, I'm not being super precise. I'm trying to keep it as even as possible, but this is not rocket science. I think my kids would have just as much fun doing this as me, and they certainly could do it. It's very, very straightforward. All right, and so again, we've got that 1/8 inch in between. We're just gonna line this up there and press. You can see this got off a little bit there. I'm not gonna dye over it. It's not a big deal. And then I'm just gonna flip this around and I'm gonna trim off this side here to leave that 3/4 inch seam allowance. Where'd my rotary cutter go? There it is. Just gonna trim that off. And we're gonna hold on to this piece because we are gonna need it. And so then now you're gonna wanna turn it over and just make sure you don't have any bubbles. It's turned out super smooth, it looks great. And so next step is we're actually going to take this piece that we set aside, we're gonna trim it down to 10 inches in length. And then we're going to use the little paintbrush that comes with your kit, and we're going to just put a little bit of glue just on the edge here, and then we're going to fold that over, kind of creating a seam with our glue. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. You guys see okay? Is this in a good enough spot? Mm-hmm. Okay, good.
Yep, coming through clearly.
Awesome. We're just folding that down. And now where this is gonna go, oh, hold on, what did I do wrong? This worked great yesterday. Must have trimmed it too short, I guess. Well, hold on, friends. We're gonna make this work. Did I cut it wrong? Nope. I am very confused. I literally made this last night with no problems. All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna cut a new piece because I don't know why this won't fit, but it should fit. Oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed. I got ahead of myself. We're fine, you guys.
Working quickly.
You know, also, like, quarantine brain is very real. I've been cooped up with my kids, so, you know, it is what it is. I forgot we're gonna actually have to like wrap all these edges. So let's start there and then we'll be good to go. That makes sense. So we're gonna clip all these corners. I was just so excited. I want you guys to see how this comes together.
And I will say, that was the first thing she said this morning when she came in, was as she was putting these together last night, she was trying to kind of stop so she could show the different phases.
Yes.
But she was having trouble stopping because
it's true.
It's just fun.
It is true. This is all gonna work great now. I was like, why isn't this covering the cardboard? Now I know why. We are fine. All right, so we're gonna take our roller again, and we're just gonna roll right along the edge here. And you can see like a little bit of this is going over onto my fabric. I'm not worried about it. You wanna start on these long edges. And I'm just gonna put a layer there, and we're gonna fold this over and press it down. You do wanna kind of pull it so that it smooths out and you don't have any bubbles there. It does dry pretty quick, so you wanna move kind of fast, and then I'm gonna use my thumbnail to just kind of press here in between where those cardboard pieces come together. Then we'll flip it around and we'll do the same on this opposite side. Let me know if you have any questions coming through too.
The folks would like to know what is Jenny up to these days?
She's just sewing, and she's been working in her garden. We've been making lots and lots of masks for people in the community that need them. So just
yeah, she has been spending a ton of time making masks for healthcare workers locally, for law enforcement and first responders.
That's right.
She has been sewing masks
like crazy. Yes. And so now I'm clipping my corners, and I'm not going right to the edge there. I want to make sure you can see that I'm leaving about 1/4 inch away from the edge of the cardboard. And so we're going to do that on each corner of these shorter sides. Again, this is not an exact science, and all of this is really going to be covered up, so you don't need to fret over it too much.
Oh, Kimberly had a good tip. She said if you do apply a lot of glue and it kind of warps your cardboard because of moisture, you could actually press it overnight, kind of like pressing
That's
flour.
exactly right. I was going to say that at the end because you might want to put a little bit of force on it. The good news is with this project, the cardboard that is the back side of it is heavy enough that I didn't have to deal with any warping on that. Some of the inside layers did warp a bit, but as I put them together, I just didn't have any trouble. So I've gone ahead and glued both sides, and we're going to fold this over just like so. Dun, dun, dun. Things are sticking to my fingers. It's all right. And we have that all ready to go. Now let's go back to this piece that I panicked on earlier because it's actually perfectly right. Now that I've done this step, you can see it will cover this kind of binding strip here, and that's our goal. So again, I'm just going to take my glue and roll it right over the middle section here. And then we're just going to lay our piece that we turned under right in here to cover that binding. And again, you want to use your thumbnail to make sure that this really sticks in there, because that's where you're going to get a lot of kind of stress on those seams there. So we just want to make sure that the glue is nice and stuck. And so then we have the outside of our little journal cover ready to go, and we're going to move on to the inside. So remember, this is our A piece, and the middle there was our B. And so next up I have C ready to go. There's 2 C pieces, and you cover them a little bit differently even though they're the same size. So I thought I would show you one more time. I've just laid my fabric down and I've clipped all my corners. And so I'm going to use my paintbrush on this one because it's a little bit more narrow seams here. And I'm just going to do these sides.
So a couple of questions here.
Sure.
We just want to reiterate. So the glue comes with the kit.
The glue comes with the starter kit.
The starter kit.
Yes.
And also, again, it is water-based, so it's going to clean up off
It
that mat. Really
no problem. Yeah. Everything. I did this just like you're seeing here. I worked on my cutting mat at home, and it all wiped up super easy. Left no sticky residue. And so it's a great place to work.
So the glue comes with the starter kit.
The glue comes in the starter kit. But like if you buy these individual little kits, you'll want to make sure that you buy that starter kit separately. And it'll give you this paintbrush I'm using, the roller, the tray, everything that you're seeing me work with. So again, we're just doing a thin layer of glue on those edges.
Well, Rena is very excited. Rena has a kit on the way.
Awesome. They're so much fun. And I just love that you can pick any fabric that speaks to you to kind of make it your own. And again, we're going to trim these corners here. And then do another layer of glue. If you're just joining us, we're making fabric covered cardboard projects by Rinska Stevens. They're so cute. Basically like kindergarten cut and paste.
And lots of applications for these.
Oh, exactly. Well, I even saw, when I saw Rinska demoing these at market, on this sewing box, I think it was, she had done a really cute, like embroidered piece on the top. It was so darling, and so it had this little embroidered saying on the top, just so cute. So like the possibilities are just really endless with these to make them your own. So we've got those ready to go. And so you can see here on this other C, I only had to do the top portion. And the reason for that is if you look, everything's blending together, all these beautiful fabrics. If you look on here.
And don't worry, we'll show you more fabrics here.
Yes,
We'll show you the
we
fabrics
will.
in detail here later.
This one here is going to be inside this little sleeve. That's why we don't have to cover all the way down on this piece. And then this one is going to be what you see here. And so that's what we're working on next are these two pieces. And so these I already have glued for the first phase. And we're just going to, on this pocket though, you do want to make sure you orient it this way. Otherwise it won't fit correctly when you flip it over. So you do want to make sure that on this one, the label needs to go down. So the thing that says D needs to go down on the wrong side of your fabric. This is what's going to make the little pocket. And then we're going to just glue these on just like normal. We're actually going to do this top piece here and this side piece. We're going to leave these two undone for a minute. So I'm going to fold this one over. And then we're going to come and do this side here.
Does the sewing kit, the sewing box come in a separate kit?
Yes, each of these finished projects that I'm showing you is a separate little kit that you can buy. And I will go over all of those again at the end.
We're going to get you the details, folks.
Yeah. And so here's my little pocket. This is the D piece. And so then now what we're going to do is we're going to actually take this before we fold over these pieces here, and we're going to line it up with this fully covered C. And we're going to wrap those edges around this piece so that it kind of becomes one. So we're going to go ahead and just place some glue along here. And fold that over. And then this side here. And I forgot to trim this little corner. I'm going to go ahead and do that. There. It just makes it lay a little bit more smooth. If you forget, it's not a big deal. Again, that's all going to be on the inside anyway. So then that's going to be ready to attach in just a minute. We're going to finish up this other side. So I've clipped the bottom edges here, but I'm going to go ahead and clip the top. I just wanted to show you on this particular piece, because we're going to be taking the notebook in and out of it, we're leaving a larger seam allowance up here at the top. It's about 2 inches, just to be safe. And so then we're going to go ahead and trim out these corners still, even with that longer seam allowance. But I wanted to make sure that you guys saw that that was intentional. There we go. All right, and so then the first step on this is we're just going to glue down just this top one. So I'm going to use my roller again, since it's a larger piece. I'm just going to roll right across here. And then fold this down. And now we're going to leave these open just like we did on the other one, and we're going to attach it to this piece. And so we can use our brush and just glue down the sides.
And this is how you make the pocket, just to confirm.
Yes, this is the pocket that you're going to slide your notebook into. So this is actually the side that holds your notebook. Oops. We're going to fold that over. And then I'm going to do the opposite side.
Now, do you have to worry about getting that too tight, Misty?
I don't think so. I just pulled it as tight as I could just to make sure the fabric was smooth. And because of those cardboard pieces that are already there, it provides enough space for your notebook to get in. But that's a great question. And then we're going to go ahead and trim these corners.
And the first notebook does come with it. So
that's correct.
You'll have something to test.
Yep.
To test with.
Exactly. And then we're just going to glue the bottom here. and fold that up. And now we have our pieces ready to assemble. Now, I want to show you one little detail feature. You can see on the sewing box, we added these little corner pieces that make it just a little bit more durable. Those are additional add-ons that you can purchase. They come just like this. They're just called book corners. And so, but it's totally optional. You don't have to use them if you want to. They look really, really cute. And you would actually attach those before you put these pieces together. So that would come next in the construction. I did not use them when I made this one. And I think it just turned out adorable without. So we're just gonna make this exactly the same and just skip that step. And so I'm just gonna turn these over and we are going to glue with our roller the whole back side of this.
This is not a time to be sparing with the glue.
That's right. Although, honestly, it doesn't take as much as you would think. Like, you don't have to load it up too heavy. It is gonna stick just fine. So we're just gonna coat that. Make sure you get all the way to the edge because you do want it to really grip. Whoops. Make sure I get down there. And then I'm just gonna eyeball and center that up. I'm gonna give it a good press, but then she actually recommends taking your masking tape that's included and using a few pieces to just kind of hold those together while it dries. It will prevent it from lifting and separating, so we're gonna add those.
Misty, is there any reason that the lefties of the world, like Jenny and I, is there any reason we couldn't switch the
Absolutely
sides?
not. This is yours. You can do whatever your heart desires. They are the exact same size, so you could flip-flop them. No problem.
Finally, a padfolio for left-handed.
That's right. There we go. So we've got those, and then we're just going to glue this side and do the same thing. The thing that's so nice about this too is you can see I'm getting glue here. None of that's going to matter because that's all going to be enclosed when we push these together.
It's just a little extra glue for you.
That's right. We are just going to...
Could you use clothespins instead of tape to hold that down?
Absolutely. Yeah. Why not? And again, we're just going to line up there.
Because more than anything, that's about keeping it from moving once you've attached it.
Yeah, like someone mentioned before, because of the glue, the cardboard can warp a little bit, and so that can prevent it from drying the way that you want it to and keeping it adhered. And so the tape or putting a book on top of it, anything to keep those pieces together. But like I said, the glue dries really fast. And so when I was making mine last night, I just taped it up like this. I went ahead and put a book on top of it because I had one large enough to cover it. But within 10 minutes, it was totally set up and I just slid the notebook in and it was ready to go. So it's super fast and really, really fun. And I just love that you can customize these to fit your own personality. So do we have any other questions?
Yeah, people would love to see the fabric.
Okay.
And I think we should kind of go over the different projects that we've got.
Absolutely. Let's do that. So to start with, what I demoed today is the large notebook. The cover looks like this. So this is how the kit will look on our website. Everything I'm showing you, the fabric, the kits, the starter kit, all of it is available at our website at Missouri Star, and we have linked to that in our description. And so this is the large notebook kit that we made today. You can see here is the small sewing box, and I've got the kit for that next to it. You can see it's got the little
the pin cushion. Is that included in the kit?
You know what? Let's just open it and see. Janice from our sewing team made this one, so I am not sure, but we can find out. They do make it.
As you can see, they package them very securely.
Exactly. They don't make it they're Misty proof, that's for dang sure.
Not gonna lose any parts in shipping.
Yeah, so it comes with some little pieces of batting to make that pin cushion. So all the stuff that you need besides the fabric of your choosing is included there. So that is the small sewing box. Really, really cute.
And again, you can, with choosing whatever fabric you want, you can make it match.
Exactly, your own decor. It's so fun. So let me move that one out. And then this is the Quilt File, which, like I mentioned before, would be so great for retreats. And you can see here, we actually made ours opposite of the way that it was in the picture on their pattern. And so like Cole asked, could you flip-flop? Absolutely. You can switch these around to work better for you. So we have our pressing surface here. This comes with this awesome little Olfa cutting mat that's included in this kit. And so that one is so great.
Do we know if a notebook would fit in that? If somebody wanted, if a legal pad would fit.
Do we have a legal pad? Surely we have one somewhere. I mean, it sure looks like it to me.
Okay. All right, well.
But I have not measured, so I can't confidently say that, Cole, but.
We'll see if somebody can track one down.
Yeah, we'll try and track one down. So then this little kit comes with 2 needle keepers, and so these have just like little pin cushions here for you. If you do a lot of handwork, these would be great to sew in your purse. Really, really fun. And then there's also some that we haven't. Oh, there we go. Cole found one. So here is a legal pad. I mean, it is more than big enough.
Look
so
at
you
that.
could just slide this backside in there with your cutting mat. Look at that.
When you go to work after
then you can
this
have
whole
your
thing.
notes and your quilt designs with you. It's perfect. It's perfect. I love it. So let me show you some other items that we didn't make samples of, but they have really, really cute other projects as well. So there's a smaller notebook. They call it the medium notebook that's available. This really fun Victorian sewing box that I want to try and make. All the pieces kind of fold open flat. It's just very magical, and it all folds up into this neat little box. So I'm excited about trying that one. They have these cute little bird houses that would just sit on your shelf. And then they also have this large quilt spool box, as well as I think others that are on our website. So be sure to check them out. Like I said, these are by Rinska Stevens. They're so cute, and I just love the idea. It was so fun to watch her make these at market, and I have had so much fun.
One more time on the fabric.
Absolutely.
What fabric are you using?
So the fabric line that I used is called Bloomsbury by Bari J for Art Gallery Fabrics. Again, we're fairly new to carrying Art Gallery fabrics, but they are beautiful. It's a higher thread count than other quilting cotton, and they are a finer weave, and they're just rich in color, and I have loved working with them. They sew beautifully. Just those beautiful, bright, clean florals that so many of us love.
Do you think will a higher thread count work better with glue? Do you think that matters?
I don't think that matters. Like I said, some of these we've made with, all the ones I've shown you are out of Art Gallery, but we've made them with different fabric collections, and they all turn out beautifully. I don't think that's a necessary feature, but I just really love this fabric, and so that's why I chose it. I wanted to make sure I was using something that I loved. So that's really cute. And again, I showed you guys these Color Master bundles that Art Gallery puts together, and we have on our website. And so these are really, really fun. I can't remember, let me check the size of these cuts. Does it tell us? Oh, they are fat quarters. So it comes with, let's see here, 10 fat quarters in each one of these Color Master bundles. And they just, kind of put together some beautiful prints. And they do note, and it's noted on our website as well, that you might not always see or not always get the fabric that you see. They just kind of curate similar colors together. So
but they're going to make sure they all match.
Exactly. They're all going to go together. They're going to be beautiful. And so far, I have yet to see one of them that I don't like. So I don't think you can go wrong. So yeah, this has been so fun. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you try this with your kids or grandkids. Again, these would make really fun little Easter gifts, and they're so, so quick. So try it out. Let me know what you think, and keep making things, keep creating, so that your spirit can be lifted and you can feel happy and find some joy in this crazy time. We really, really appreciate you. And if there's nothing else, we will see you next week.
Thanks so much, everybody.
Thanks,
Have
guys.
a great day.